build that resume.
I want to do it.
Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis.
Touch my screen with that.
Guys, let's tee this one up.
LSU.
LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense takes the field for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage. They can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. On the ground, it's Berry. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Offense in a bunch formation.
Behind the quarterback.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple squads that believe they can win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown LSU. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open, didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board.
I play this game. I hate my game.
And
I'll let you play your own.
Offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That pass is incomplete.
This is a team right now playing with tons of confidence because of how much their defense is dominating. Just look what they did the last time they took the field, and look what they're doing early in this game. They've got dudes flying around making plays. They are a tough unit.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you can tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Stands in and takes the hit. Snags it down the right side.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Barry. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Hey, man.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking for space. It's Barry. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. It's Sanders. They're setting up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Got enough for the 1st down and once more. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. On the option. Now the pitch. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Sampson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right.
Max going for the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
What?
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. They're working that left side. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Raiola. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Knocked out at the 25-yard line. Picked up
you made a miss.
He
also kept going the opposite way, too.
Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they
Not
try
back.
it again.
You made a miss. You kept going.
On the run, it's Berry. Makes a pass to Marker. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
When I finish the game, I'll let you play. Because I know the past couple times you asked, I haven't let you play. The question is, do you want to play against somebody or do you want to play against the practice?
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give on the option. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. This Husker running attack will hit you from all angles. You never know who's going to get it next.
Yeah, it's kind of like playing that hat game on the stadium jumbotron. Like, where's the ball underneath which hat that's going to move around? Always a lot of deception with this Cornhusker offense.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Hey, I'll be back.
Oh, no.
This one's complete.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Off the RPO, full right, looking for the chains. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Looking to pass, it's Raiola. Catch in the middle, inside. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the 1st quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line.
I can do it. this.
Big turning point as
So
we
you're not
head
hearing
into
if you have
the
to
second
throw
and
a
get
bias.
this game
You're
rolling
not there.
again.
That's basically what you're saying. Go.
So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They believe they can run right here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I really don't understand the play call. Palmer, like 3rd and long, and they're not trusting their quarterback. Does this say something about their quarterback moving forward? We'll get to that as the game progresses. But, man, I just think you got to trust your quarterback, and you got to pass the football on 3rd and long.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so
Mom
far.
say, come eat.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I heard you.
Much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Sanders. Trying to set up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. 3rd down and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Parker. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking for space. It's Berry. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick. Play this second Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fleming. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Just inside the 30 at the 29. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Sanders. He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Gets it out fast. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slam.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
To the air, it's Raiola. Got his man down the middle. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. A strike downfield. There he goes to the right. The 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Husker.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. Then they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. At the 45 on his way. He's loose. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And he runs it all the way down to the 3-yard line before he's finally knocked down. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's Johnson. Defense makes a third down stop. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
Man, and they did the hard work. Nice job being physical, getting that 4th down and short, and now you got 4 chances from the 1-yard line. This offense is in great position. Shoot, I'm probably going to come back to the same exact play.
And this Wildcat, we got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Sanders. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him, post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it behind the line. 1st down and nothing doing there.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Punts it out of the air. And they're able to get him down. The Cornhuskers want to move quickly. They'll try to get it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Turning it on. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Got his man in the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Big guy smells it. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
21.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Running it to the right. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Makes the grab. It's Clark. Still on his feet at the 45. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed the field goal, missed the chance. it a 3-possession game. It's still a 14-point lead, guys. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barry. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more. Right down the boulevard. Inside the 30. He's at the touchdown LSU. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Ives. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a guy at running back who can make plays, taking handoffs, and also catching the ball. They're trying to get him involved there on the swing pass, but the defense able to make the stop.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Huskers are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. You know why he's piling up all these yards, David? Because the receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
You remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Nebraska! A great catch and run for 6. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now on the option. The pitch. He has the first and still on his feet. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Sanders. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking to throw for it. Caught, close to the marker, it's Mills. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great play by the defense there, getting a tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. He lets one fly deep. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Open spaces. Touchdown LSU. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Quick strike complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Cornhuskers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards.
What's up, bro?
First play of the drive comes from the 41. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Get off him. That's not something you stand on.
Looking to fire. Unloads it left. He's got an open man. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Duff. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Just under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll snap it on 1st and 10. He'll try to do it himself. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Dropping back, it's Raiola.
That's not football.
Hauls it in.
That's not football.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, sees the DB way off the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
They'll run it from the gun.
That's not flags. As you see, that's tackle.
Everybody there, well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. We'll see if they have enough
Why would it be
time to
flag?
get another snap before the
Do you
clock
see
kicks
any
in.
flags?
Might as well give it to him again.
There's no flags
He'll
on
be
that thing.
stopped at the line of scrimmage, and time has
There's a strike.
expired here in the
Because it
3rd.
knows that it is on.
These two quarterbacks have
You wanna know what strikes are?
as we check out their numbers after 3.
Go upstairs. Bye. Go. I'll play him. Bye.
One more period
Okay,
to go,
good
and we'll
shot.
see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Off play action on first down. He's going to take off. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
And how about this quarterback, man? He's showing you a little bit of everything. He's had a great day throwing the football, spinning it around, scoring touchdowns, and now shows you he can pick them up and put them down, scrambling for the first down. He's had a day where he's...
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
63, Nebraska, 35.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. To the air, it's Raiola using the quick game. Nice move, creates some space. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Nelson. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. The give on the inside. Got the first down and more. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
He's looking to pass. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. They'll send the back in motion. To the air, it's Raiola. He's got the tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. And he strides his way into the end zone.
Works. Find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup.
Okay.
Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by a field goal over Iowa State.
Rides the back and leaves it. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter... executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
Dropping back, it's Raiola. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the right. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Takes it the other way. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Looking to throw on 1st down. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through some pressure.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Gonna run it. It's Ives. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Gets the back moving. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast.
And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Here comes the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop. If they get this one to the finish line behind this powerful running game, landmark moment, guys, to win a top 10 showdown this early in the season.
Yeah, and just proving why I'm the higher-ranked team, right? Like proving my ranking, building my case throughout the season. This is a great one to put on the ledger. This will be one that the playoff committee will be looking on down the road. A big top 10 win early in the season.
David, I think they're also serving notice to the rest of the teams on their schedule. I mean, they're watching this game right now early in the year, and they're saying, man, these dudes run the football. We better buckle up and we play these guys.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Lewis wants to pass. This time it's complete. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. Started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, This is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Wants to go up top on first down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Looking downfield. It's Raiola. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Mills. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually just kind of one stop with this many points in it being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of